Hey good people, it is Tashira, Politics and Fashion, here with the video today that I am so excited about because I'm going to do a little bit of online shopping with y'all, and I haven't done that before. The reason for this video is because I was thinking about how to build a capsule wardrobe in an affordable way. Now you all know I'm all about quality over quantity. I don't mind spending a couple extra dollars on something that I know is going to stand the test of time. But realistically, you don't always have to break the bank in order to have quality pieces. And I actually have about 4 or 5 tips today that I want to share with you all so that when you are shopping at like the $50 and under mark, you can ensure that you are getting great pieces that are going to last and that are going to look chic, girl, okay? Because we can do luxury and we can still do it on a budget. If that sounds good to you, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and just keep watching. My first tip is to pay attention to fabrics. This is super important because obviously it's better for the environment, but also because it lasts longer. Natural fabrics like silk, cotton, linen are going to last longer. They wash better, they dry clean better. You'll have them for a longer period of time than you would polyester, for example. Also, when we are comparing natural fabrics versus non-natural fabrics, the reality is the natural piece is just going to look more luxe. It naturally looks more elevated. If you have the same slip dress in a polyester like satin finish and you have it in a silk finish, there's something about the sheen and the shine of the fabric of the silk one that is just going to naturally look more expensive. So the first thing you're going to do when you are shopping on the high street, this means our Zara's, our H&M's, our Misguided, our Nasty Gals, our Boohoo's, okay? You're going to check the label or in the description if you're shopping online for the fabrication. Now, silk is probably going to be a little expensive. It's probably going to be a little hard to do on the high street. Cotton and linen we should be able to do even if we're doing it as a blend, which is totally okay. My only, I think, caveat is to ensure that polyester is not the primary fabric. It don't breathe, girl. It doesn't look elevated, girl. It's not going to do what needs to be done. Let's stick close to the natural fabrics or naturally derived fabrics like lyocell. The first thing is this boohoo dress that I wore to brunch. Y'all were in my DMs screaming ludicrous lyrics, talking about body looking like milk, okay? And trust me, I absolutely love this dress. Highly recommend it. 10s across the board, okay? It is this $25 boohoo dress that I grabbed online, and I'm sure I'm going to have it for a long time. Why not? It's a cotton dress. Throw this thing in the washing machine, girl, hang it to dry, and I'm gonna keep the party going, okay? I love the silhouette. This dress would not look as good as it does if it was not cotton. This dress in polyester, it wouldn't lay in the same way that it does. It wouldn't look as chic and elevated as it does, especially when you put on some jewelry, as I did, some gold jewelry to really kind of give it that finesse and that pizzazz. Working with natural fabrics will make the most simple design look luxe. The other dress I want to share with y'all is this Nasty Gal dress. And here's what I've noticed actually. When we're working with a cotton dress and when it is form fitted, it tends to look the most elevated, especially with the fabric, when it is slightly ribbed, okay? Like when it has those faint lines in the fabric. I'm not sure if that helps to thicken the fabric. If y'all know, please let me know down below. But this dress, this rib twist front bodycon midi dress, girl, it's it. It is it. And I bet you could probably also wear it kind of slightly off of one shoulder and it would be so sexy with that little peak of skin right here. And I'm so happy that it has a slit because with the midi dress you want it to be like easy to walk in and to move. It is cotton once again, just like the white dress from Boohoo. It comes in 3 colors and I love this kind of like rust color one. I think it would look so good paired with like a khaki green or a brown for fall. $20 and some change. This is a good one from Nasty Gal. Tip number 2 is to limit the embellishments. One of the things about shopping on the high street is the brands get inspired very often from designers, and I'm using inspired loosely because very often it's like direct replicas. but they get inspired by designer brands. And so they're getting a little bit of Jacquemus, they're getting a little bit of Balmain, they're getting a little bit of Chanel, and they're kind of putting it all together into one design because the buyers, the algorithm, whatever, says that people would be interested in that thing. The problem though is that when we put all of these things together, they tend to look cheap. And not quite as luxe as we want them to look. So I'll give you a perfect example. I'm not going to say the brand, but this jacket is what I have in mind, okay? Let's break down what we're seeing here. It is two-toned, which maybe we could go for. And then it has a sheer panel, almost a corset in the middle, which, okay, now we got style embellishment number 2. And then it has these like hooks that come down the middle. Now we got embellishment number 3. And it looks like it also has padded shoulders. Now we're on embellishment number 4. Any one of these things would have made the jacket give what needed to be gave. We didn't need to put all of these things together. So let's limit the embellishments that we go for when we're looking for pieces on the high street and we want them to look more luxe. But you know, I don't want to kill all our fun, okay? So I'm not saying don't have any embellishments. This dress actually from Nasty Gal, once again, the ruche bust tie back midi dress, I think is it, okay? It still gives the girls a little bit of the heat without doing too much. Again, I bet that you could wear this slightly off shoulders. Here's what I love about it, okay? Let's look at it in white because the white one is popping. And it is that it has pockets, always. Chef's kiss, a beautiful thing, okay? It has a bit of like a sweetheart or like a bustier type of like vibe up top, okay? Love that. Has 2 darts here, which means that it's going to really give you the illusion of a waist. That's always a good thing. And then, girl, when we look at it from the back, look at it from the back. It is tied. The back is out. So you're still, once again, giving the girls a little something without it being completely overwhelming, too much for the eye to look at. This is a good one. Now, it's a bit over the $40 mark, but I think still good for a cotton piece. It is $40.80. And let me just check once again the fabrication. I'm pretty sure it's cotton. For some reason the website isn't working for me to double check the fabric, but it looks like cotton, so let's go with cotton. Either way, girl, I think that it is a great option if you were looking for a nice fun summer dress to add to your collection. It probably will look really cute belted too, depending on like where the belt sits. I have this Valentino belt that I think will eat the girls with that one. And once again, I am not one to say let's not have fun with fashion. We don't have to be out here looking like a school marm, okay? So another piece that I have that is embellished, but I feel like it's not over the top, is this mango piece. And let me just say, I love a good mango end of the stories, cost and Aritzia moment. Those are shops on the high street that can be a little bit more, but I think we are paying for what we get in this example. My friend Rosanna often says that clothes really should not be as cheap as they are. We'll get into the politics behind why they do cost what they do. However, it has trained us into thinking that we have to have very, very low cost pieces. So although this video is about affordability, keep in mind that we can mix things up in our wardrobes. And if we go up just one level, like one level, we can find pieces that are really going to last a little bit longer. And I think this bow crop top is it. It's very much giving me starred vibes. I love the fact that it kind of has this kind of angular, almost muscle tee type of look in the front. I think that makes your arms look really long. It kind of makes your neck look longer as well. That's always a good cut for me. Okay, and then it looks like the fabric kind of ties around the back, a kind of ruched or like spandex moment in the back. I can't tell which one. My Wi-Fi is moving so slow. But this is really, really cute. And I love the fact that it is paired here with a pair of pants as well as the matching skirt. The matching skirt is $100. But if you like this look, I definitely feel like it is worth the investment. Again, it's giving me starred vibes, and I am here for it. A cotton piece that you can throw in the wash that is going to look really good during the summer months. And the third tip is to stick with monochrome looks or neutral patterns. Monochrome looks or neutral patterns. The reason why I say that is because I think very often on the high street, some of these brands just they do the most. They do the most. I mean, they'll be like frogs and unicorns and rainbows literally on one piece. Then they have the nerve to do that like head to toe. These are just very often patterns that don't look as chic. And sometimes when you do, for example, florals on the high street, if the piece is not lined and it has kind of like that white on the back, guess what's going to happen when you wash it? The color on the front is going to start to fade, so it doesn't last as long, and it also just doesn't look elevated. It doesn't look luxe. And so when we stick to one color, like the white bodycon dress that I wore, the pieces that I have been recommending, it tends to look a bit more chic. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of examples in this category. Let's first talk about patterns, and it is this zebra. It is this zebra print dress. It almost kind of looks like a safari jacket. I believe Ashley of Pockets and Bows wore this in a Boohoo haul. Just correct me if I'm wrong, but I love it. This is so good. It is a nasty gal piece, and it actually comes in two different colors of the zebra. Okay, it comes in like a light brown, and it also comes in a black. The great part about this, because I typically wouldn't go for it, but I wouldn't go for it at this price point, but it is 100% cotton. It is 100%. And then think about what it would be like if you wore this with a pair of high boots, okay, in the fall, winter, or if you wore it open like a jacket, like a midi lift jacket. I am shocked. This is probably, I think, my favorite piece on the list of things that I found to recommend to y'all. And it is also because I've seen it on. This just looked so good on Brittany, and it's something that I'm probably going to end up getting for the fall, to be honest with you. It is a neutral pattern, so once again, it works. It looks luxe. And then let's go back to zebra with these zebra pants, which I love. Now, it's kind of like a tonal zebra, which I think works even better. Now, the fabric I think is crepe. I don't know what a crepe trouser is, but let's go with it. Let's assume it's a naturally derived fabric, okay? I think the length is amazing. I think where it hits kind of under the breast or on top of the belly button is amazing. And I love the fact that you get the fun of zebra without going all out with it. Like if these pants were fuchsia and yellow, they would hit different. That would be a no. This is a yes. And then another neutral dress that I'll link down below if it's still available is this one that I grabbed from Zara. This dress was 50 bucks if I'm not mistaken. It's a thick fabric. I love the ruche straps in the back. It hits at the perfect length right underneath my knee. It's a midi length. I love the high neck, so in the front it looks kind of demure, but in the back you got that back open, honey. You just give them a little shoulder, all right? A little, what's that in your back? What is that bone called? This is your clavicle. I don't know what that is in the back, but that's what you want to, like the wingspan. Give them that. And then my last tip is to pay attention to finishing, okay? By that, I mean pay attention to seams. Pay attention to those small details that are really easy to ignore. We get really caught up when we're shopping online, especially by how a model is wearing something, how they are styled, their hair is popping, their makeup is popping, their accessories are popping, and we're like, bam, I need this. And then you get it and you're like, the hem ain't even, okay? So in order to avoid that, I know it's a little bit more difficult when you're shopping online, but girl, I encourage you to zoom in, because I found this and I was like, oh, this is a really cute skirt. And then I just zoomed in and I thought to myself, number one, it has exposed stitching, which is never going to look as chic. One of the reasons why I love Aritzia, and I have on an Aritzia bodysuit right now, is because of this kind of like seamless look. to their pieces, or at least to the Babaton line. Okay, when I'm looking at this skirt, number one, you have all of this ruching right down the middle. Like, I don't know who wants that down the middle of their body. That seems like a fish. I don't know what that is. But then when you think about probably how this looks in person, it is very unlikely that all of this ruching is going to be even. It's an inexpensive piece. Like, the labor, the time, the craftsmanship is just not there. So make sure you're zooming in and you're really looking at those small details, because that's what's going to make or break a look as far as making an affordable piece look luxe. But once again, it's not impossible to find pieces that have good finishing. And so I'm looking at this Misguided suit right now, and I really like it. So it's monochrome. The light blue pastels are it right now. Light blue pastel is definitely it right now. Okay, and it's a linen look. For some reason, I cannot find the actual details of what it's made from. Misguided do better on that. But if it's a linen look, and I've really zoomed in here, I think they've done a great job of kind of imitating or including enough linen that it has kind of that imperfect kind of almost texture that linen seems to have. Okay, I love the fact that if we're looking at the shorts, okay, it has this little pocket that folds over, and then it has these two buttons. Buttons are another really important finishing detail, especially for denim and for pants, obviously. Ensuring that the buttons don't look cheap, and I think this kind of tortoise button works for these. And then it has a hook and eye closure, and it has a covered hook and eye, which is really important. I think that's called a hook and eye, which I think is really important. They don't look to be lined, which isn't, you know, surprising at this price point. However, if we also take a look at the jacket, it just kind of hits, y'all. It really does look elevated and expensive. And I love how the jacket is slightly oversized, or at least that's how it's styled on the model. And the jacket, once again, just like the white dress that we talked about earlier, has this darting that's under the bust that always just makes things fit a little bit better and makes them look a bit more luxe. And that is it, y'all. Thank you all so much for watching today's YouTube video all about how to make affordable pieces look luxe. If you love the video, make sure you like it, you share it with a friend, girl. Go ahead and share it with somebody who needs it, all right? Subscribe to my channel, and I will see y'all across the internets. Peace.